Hi, what I'm doing is a little recording in here, how to work Google Plus Hangouts and also a little MLM training. So what you do is you go into Google. If you haven't got a Google Plus account, just go into Google and put how do I get a Google Plus account, or do a YouTube search, how do you set up a Google Plus account. Use YouTube to learn everything, it's amazing. Whatever you want to learn, just type it in the search. So here we go, on the bars along here, that's where you get your email, but that's Google Plus. So just click on that. And basically this is what it looks like. You get your news feed just like Facebook, going things coming down, etc. But here what you've got is Hangouts. So you just click on here, start a Hangout. Let's get rid of that there. Test. And start. So basically what you've got here is this bit here, which is, it takes you up to like when it's going to start. You kind of start, you get 100%, but you get the code it's going to be on from here. So what you do is you click that and then you copy and paste that out to whoever you want to be on the call. Now what you do can hang out if I have up to 10 people. I'm not going to do that, I'm just doing a call myself on this particular case. Now what you've also got is chat. Basically that comes up here and you have chat just like in a normal webinar. Dead easy to set up. Best thing about this is free. Screen share, I'm recording this, but as soon as you actually, the bit of software I got to do this costs us $300. Well, not many people's going to pay $300 for a bit of software, but this is free. So as soon as you start sharing the screen, then basically this is what happens. So what I'm going to do is a little MLM training, and then at the end I'm going to give you some more tips on how to use Google Plus. But when you finish it, all you do, you start it there and you finish it there to hang up if I don't get around to do that at the end. And as soon as you wait about 5 minutes, and that'll pop up in your YouTube channel as a recording, which you can share with people or do whatever you want. You can share the YouTube videos on here and Google Effects. I'm not going to do that. You can put silly hat on my head. That's for kids really playing. I can't see the point with ours. Or maybe at Christmas you can have a bit of fun if you're doing a hangout then with your team. But we'll go to screen share now, and basically what you do is go to full screen on this one, take that out there, and we're recording the screen. So what I'm going to do is this quick little PowerPoint and get to the back end of that. Right, I've got a big opportunity. Now MLM, people don't understand how big an industry we are. NFL football, American version of football, is 9 billion. Premier League's obviously big money, I haven't got figures, but these are American figures. Video gaming worldwide, 50 billion, music industry 70 billion, movie and entertainment industry 110 billion, and network marketing 114 billion. Our goal as a company is to do a billion turnover, and at the minute we're doing about 70 or 80 million. So if you can translate that into dollars, if we grow maybe 7 times more, then basically we can do that. Now some of the other network marketing companies are worldwide. We're just in the UK and Ireland and dangling with little toes into Europe at the minute. But I can see that happening very easy. We've got fantastic management at the minute. But you don't prejudge people to join your business. Now Rowan Atkinson, obviously Blackadder, Johnny English, other thing, he's starred on the telly. Basically, if he had a daughter, I guess people would prejudge the poor girl would look like that, what you would think. That's what you prejudge. But just to show you, that's what she actually looks like. And this is her with her mum going to an award ceremony. Now, I'm saying that because you shouldn't prejudge people for what background they do, because they're from. When I joined Clean Easy, one of the reasons I joined is my upline's upline was a Bulgarian airline pilot who could hardly speak English that lives in Newcastle earning £2,000 a month. Now, does that sound real? Doesn't sound real. So I wanted to meet the guy. I liked the opportunity. I could see the products moving. I could see how it could work for me, but I wanted evidence that somebody can make £2,000 a month. Now when I met him, he had about 5 people in his team. He was doing big retail and everybody in his team was doing big retail, and that's why he's earning that much money. Now why he was a Bulgarian airline pilot and in Newcastle, the story was in Bulgaria at that particular time, in the early 90s, whatever job he did, he got paid £30 a month. So he was flying all over the world, meeting the Western pilots and finding out how much they were making. And in them days, you were told not to talk to other people. So basically he got frustrated for that. He decided to become a ski instructor. I don't know if his cunning plan was to marry a girl from the UK to get into this country, but that's what he did. He married a nurse from Newcastle, got in the UK, he was at night classes, actually learning how to do his A-levels to get his pilot's license here. And basically what happened was he stumbled across Clean Easy, and not like most people who were like maybe start doing 50 catalogues or 25 catalogues a week just for friends and family. He went to do it in a big way, got a load of catalogues, he was doing 500 plus a week, and basically everybody who joined his team did the same, and that's how he was making that much money. So he'd been in the airline pilot business, and obviously he was quite happy building his network marketing business, which he's still actually doing. So we also have lots of, believe it or not, within the first couple of weeks, we actually sponsored an airline pilot as well, quite on the second level in the business. So there was 2 airline pilots, and then we've had bank managers, we've had architects, we've got people from every background, trouser pressers, fishermen, myself from the shipyard background, fish factory labourers, all making fantastic income now. So this is exciting, but if you draw these out in circles, you have 5 people you introduce on your first level, they find 5, 25 on second level, 125 on the third level, 625 on fourth level, 3,100 on the fifth level. Now the exciting thing about this and sexy bit about MLM is you're not going to know who these people are, and you'll make most of your money of people you don't know. Now some people cannot see it, and we used to say, well, somebody's got to clean the roads and toilets and serve us. Well, maybe that is, but I think you've got a vision if you can see them circles, and if you can see it, you should work to whatever it takes to make it work, because that's what my view was when I started. So this is a picture. Now if you look at it carefully, if you're not full screen, you can go full screen down here on the right by making the thing go full screen. But if you look at this hard, there's actually one picture looks like 2. He's actually looking sideways and frontways. Some people mightn't be able to see that, but that's exactly what's happening. And then this is really confusing, because is there 4 or 3? You could argue all day long. Some people just cannot see it, so give up trying to get them to see it. Just pipeline them. I've got people join after 19 years of drip feeding and Christmas cards and things. So no never means no, it's just the timing's got to be absolutely right for them. So make sure you keep drip feeding people with information, because they mightn't see it straight away, or the timing's not right, they need it. So what the big trick, you've got to help your people look after new people, and they've got them to believe in themselves, because when they join, they won't believe they can actually do it. You've got to give them, put that belief in them that they can do it. I remember when you're a baby, well, you'll not remember this, but one day you used to crawl along there, and the reason you started to walk is so you could see everybody else walking. If they can do it, so could you. Also, learning to ride a bike, you might be able to remember that. I remember my dad running behind me holding the saddle as I took the stabilisers off, and then off I went. And lucky enough I didn't fall over, but you see some people who they do fall over. And learning to surf, that was a really difficult one. It took me ages to master that. But some people who tried it quit straight away. And eventually, after 11 years or so, I won some surfing competitions. So even start slow as you can catch up. Learn to ski. Well, we all went to learn to ski. Bonnie's family, well, Webb and his family, and some other people in the class. And guess what? I was so bad, I got put in back a lesson. How embarrassing. The kids were laughing sort of at me that I got put in the backward class. And then learning to use a PC. I was useless at that as well. Remember Robin Ray was asking us to send some acetates down or some PowerPoints, and I haven't got a clue how to do it. And the look on Ray's face as if I was stupid, I thought, well, nobody's ever going to do that with me, so I decided to start learning the skills. And actually I love using technology now, it's absolutely fantastic. But also what I found out, just a couple of years ago of Helen and Paul Allgood, when we're talking at a conference in Hong Kong, that basically with being dyslexic, you pick up things much slower than other people. It takes longer to grasp it, and that's why sometimes it takes me a long time to learn things. So I'm patient that I'll do that. But another thing you learn to passing your driving test, you mightn't have passed it first time, but other people have passed the test, so you know if they can do it, so can you. And it's a fact, in MLM, if people are making more money, so can you. So the best kind of people are the ones that come into your life and make you see the sun when you are once the clouds. The people that believe in you so much you start to believe in you too. The people that love you simply for being you. The once in a lifetime kind of people. That's our job, to look after new people. So don't quit. Here's some examples of not quitting. Steven Spielberg took 3 times rejected before he became a film director. Look how much money he's made and how many films he's done. 26 times Tim Ferriss books before it got published. 162 times author infographics, 104 times average time couple has sex before baby, 300 times for founder of Pandora, 400 times National Geographic magazine footage to get the final image. 109 times Colonel Sanders. I've got to admit, I love KFC chicken. And look how many times it failed. What if you give up? Nobody would ever have a KFC Kentucky Fried Chicken and that fantastic gravy that they actually do. And James Dyson, 5,000 times before he actually got that bagless vacuum cleaner to work. So how many times will you try it? I can guarantee the time I joined Cleanies in 92, it started in 1923, somebody had just quit that day and said it didn't work. Well, all I seen was a massive opportunity and I was going to do whatever it takes to make it work. So some people say, oh, I don't need the money. Well, to me, money's right up there with oxygen. Money can't buy you happiness, which is true, but somehow it's much more comfortable to cry in your Lamborghini than on a bicycle. It's so, when you've got some money behind you, when you hit the troubles, and everybody has troubles in their life, the ups and downs, if you've got some money, it's much easier to handle. And there's a little saying, feed a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach him to fish, you feed him for a life. You've got to teach your people to fish. It's building our business. Even your kids, you're not doing them a favour by giving them things all the time. If you teach them to do things for themselves, it's going to be massive for their future. We talk so much about leaving a better planet to our kids that we forget about leaving better kids to the planet. Educate your kids to say no to them every once in a while. If you give people things all the time for nothing, it's never ever going to be valued. Tell me and I'll forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I'll learn. I'll read that again. Tell me and I'll forget, teach me and I'll remember, involve me and I'll learn. That's a fantastic little quote. Funny thing is, people say MLM doesn't work. Well, 20 million in bonuses was paid into my team just last year. And we have a team of about 2,000 active agents. What I call as active is agents placing orders every week. There's a few more than that may place an order every couple of weeks. And the top retailer earns over £35,000 a year. There's a few of them doing that now, and that's without all the new stuff we've got in place. So I think that's absolutely amazing. So it does work to me, but the funny thing is, the ironic thing of it, it's the people that say it doesn't work and it's a waste of time are doing this every day. Now this is obviously in America, I guess at LA somewhere where people are commuting back and forwards, but I've had the fortune or unfortune to get stuck on the M25 on a Friday afternoon. And I'll never do it again. And people do that every day of the week. You know, a 2-hour commute to go 15 miles. And they cannot see this opportunity. Now, some people can it, but to do that for 40 years, absolutely no way. It's absolutely no way whatsoever. We've got the best opportunity in the world because we pay 5 levels down. There's other things out there where you can make some money on a couple of level affiliate things, but you're not kicking into the sexy bit of like the 5 levels deep, where you've got, like our opportunity, adds 300 new products every 6 months. Amazing new products that the buyers find. So you're either a drainer or a radiator. Make sure you don't drain your team. Any negative, pass them upline. One bad apple can kill the whole lot. Or you put a bad strawberry in a bunch of strawberries and see how the whole lot's gone. So there's an old little saying, when you spew up and be sick, you're sick up. So don't dump any of your bad information downline or crossline, because if you dump it crossline, somebody will dump information back into you, because what goes around comes around. A negative thinker sees a difficulty in every opportunity. A positive thinker sees opportunity in every difficulty. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And this is how I check from 2000 to 2008, 3 million quid. And then we joined in 92, so we made a huge chunk of money before then. And since now we're up to 2013, we've made another huge chunk of money. So that's what's to be done by helping other people. And I firmly believe that people in our opportunity can still make more money than me, much more money than me, if you really get stuck in to build yourself a huge business. So, some tips on how to use Google Plus Hangouts. Google Plus Hangouts, how to help build your business. You can do one-to-one trainings. You can just link computer to computer, and you can share on the desktop things you want to do. You can do group trainings. You can have up to 10 people where they're all hanging out and you can interact with each other. That's a fantastic way to do that. You can demo a product. You can do a demonstration product there for your a product a week, just to show something new product that people might have noticed in the catalogue. Because we've got about 2,000, it's very difficult to spot them. Store private hangout videos. Once it's uploaded, the video on YouTube is going to be private, but you can change that public, but you can change that to private and just keep it just for your own team if you want to. Stream it live so people can actually see that worldwide. has instant record, so you can record that, and the costs are free. So I think this is a massive add-on tool for you actually to use with your team. It's a fantastic add-on. Skype was brilliant, but this has took it to the next new level, and it's free. So I hope you enjoyed that training. I'll just come out of this now. Go back to where I was, somewhere up here. Up here. Come back to this camera. Put the camera back up. No, come out of that. Not coming out of that for some reason. There we are, sorry, back onto that, I haven't clicked out right. So, you would have started, you stop there. If you want to ask people what they thought of it at the end, the question and answering section, you can do there. If you click on that, you can put a lot of funny little faces with the quotes if you're into that kind of stuff. So, a fantastic tool, and I hope you enjoyed that training, because I can see this being a massive benefit to the team in the future.